Hello, sportsmen. Here we are a few days before Christmas, kind of a slow time for outdoor activities. So kick back and enjoy a couple of stories that viewers have asked to see again. One is an ice fishing home video that Hudson Robinson took of his wife Pat catching a big lake trout. Another is a series of encounters between wild turkeys and foam decoys. And we have a few other things too, so stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost, and you're watching The Practical Sportsman.
There's something on down
You're
there.
right, there's something on there.
Daddy. Come on in. Come on in, it's nice and warm in here. Sit in here and see the big fish. Gonna be a big one coming in here today. Got a nice little fire going. Hot coffee.
Well, that was an enjoyable ice shanty tour by Pat Robinson of Boyne City. Her husband, Hudson, is behind the video camera. This was Walloon Lake, 1991. Now, Pat's not tremendously experienced at ice fishing, but they had quite a time fishing for lake trout, and Pat had a big one on here.
There's something on down
You're
there.
right, there's something on there.
Daddy. My gosh, there's something on
Yes,
down
there's something on there. My God, there's a big fish on
there. There's
there.
a big fish on there.
Just let him do what he wants to. Don't.
Look, he's
Well, don't let him take line. Let him take line.
Look.
Let him take line. Don't let him break, because it's got a light leader on there and it'll break off.
Oh, and as luck would have it, the line did break. But Hudson still had faith in his wife. When they hooked another one in the ice shanty, this battle was going to last 15 minutes. Hudson taped it, and John Ford condensed it for time.
There's a fish down there. Keep your eye open there. He goes by the hole. There he goes. Here he comes back now. We'll keep an eye on him.
What should I do?
Just let him,
Get the gaff hook.
well, we don't want to get the gaff until he gets tired.
Should I give him
Just
line?
keep your eye, no, just keep your eye on things here.
Can you see?
Huh?
Can you see?
I
Should
can
I give
see.
him line? What the hell?
No,
What
just
should I do?
just keep him tight, Mama. That's all you have to do.
I did that before and I lost.
No, just worry about it. We got to get him tired before we can gaff him. He's underneath me. Keep him going. Just don't get him up too tight, Mama. Just let him get tired. We got to get him tired before we can do any gaffing. There he is down there. See? Just on the edge of the hole. There he is right there. Let him get tired. Let him get tired. Let him just do what he wants
got
to.
him in the fin.
Huh?
Got him in the fin. You're gonna have to gaff him. We're gonna lose him.
Well, we got to get him tired. We just can't pull him up here. Keep him coming. Very good. When that swivel gets up to your pole, just kind of pick your pole up. There he goes. And just see him coming into the hole. There, see? That's why we can't play around with him. We just got to get him tired. Keep your hand off the handle. Just keep your thumb on the... Keep your hand off the handle. That's it. Now when he stops, then you grab the handle.
God, he's taking off.
That's all right. He's getting tired. That's how you're getting tired.
Now what? He's taking line like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, it's all right. Hey, that's what it's all about. No cranking when he can come.
No, something's caught here. Damn, something's caught here. Won't go out. Won't go out.
What won't go out?
It's all caught up in the reel here.
Here, pull. Let go.
It won't go out. It won't go out. It won't go out. You're gonna break it. There's something wrong.
Okay, put the pull down.
There's something wrong.
Let go of the pull. Get a hold of the line. Get a hold of the line. Just get a hold of the line. This is making more fun. Now just let him slide by when he comes though, when he goes. That's it. Don't get it by the stove is all.
This is
Now if he takes a run, just kind of hang onto the string, but don't hang onto it tight because it'll burn. This is what it's all about. This is what love is all about, right here.
Is this what love's all about?
Yeah, this is why you go fishing right here. It's because of all these. Nothing ever works the way it's supposed to. Coming? Oh, there he is, yeah. Very good. That's it. Let him swim. Let him swim. Don't tangle it around your fingers. Put it in a little pile, but don't, because if he quicks pulls, you could snap your fingers off, Mama. That nylon on there. You gotta get this guy in first. Here he is. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. He ain't taking any mad runs right at the moment. He should be right up tight to the hole when we want him. He'd be right up in the hole here. But he might make a mad scramble when he gets up in here and when he sees you move. So be prepared for that. That fish was very aggressive when he come in eating, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it's looking good. It's looking good. Get him back in up a little bit. Just be careful with him. Don't force him. Don't force him. We got him now. Too tight to fight.
Oh. Oh. This is a Hud and Patricia effort. I gotta tell you, Hud hooked him, and Mama played him in, and I did it without that stupid thing too. What do you think, Pa?
He's a keeper.
About how big?
Well, thanks to Pat and Hudson Robinson, we got to see an 8-pound lake trout come through the ice and learn what love is all about. It's early morning, turkey season, and there's a gobbler. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to see 7 reactions to turkey decoys, 7 situations where gobblers, well, in one case, a coyote, reacted to foam representations of wild turkeys. The initial reaction a lot of tom turkeys have is to display, like this. They fan their tail, puff out their feathers, try to make themselves look huge to the hens they want to mate with, and intimidate the smaller gobblers that they want to drive away. Now look at the similar coloration between the live gobbler and the decoy. The blue-white head, red neck. That coloration is what makes the real gobbler want to attack the fake one. The real gobbler obviously expected the decoy to fight back, the way it jumped away. But now it's doing something I haven't seen much of. Putting its head down, stretching its neck out, sort of looks like a mating dance of a prairie chicken. But I don't know whether this behavior is directed towards the gobbler decoy or the hen decoy. But it does move toward the hen. There's no doubt that this pair of decoys fooled the tom. This was all done without the help of a call, which shows the power of decoys. Situation number 2. Again, a pair of decoys is used. In fact, you'll see situations where 3 decoys are set out. One is usually a tom, but not always. That there's no doubt that when a hunter calls, it attracts the birds to the decoys. Oh, this I love to watch. The real gobblers throw their legs into second gear and run toward the decoys. They're cranked. Now, different states have different rules on decoying turkeys. In Michigan, a decoy cannot be mechanical, but it is legal to use one that pivots with the wind like these do. Then you just add a little bit of calling. And the gobblers stand there, full display at the optimum distance for a hunter's gun to make a clean kill. Situation number 3. There's a live gobbler in the woods. The decoys are right on the edge. Now there's a tom decoy behind a tree on the right. You'll see where it is when the real turkey attacks it. Now you see where the decoy is, but does the real gobbler know it just attacked a fake? Well, apparently not. And now that feather flex is flattened, the hollow body is smashed to the ground, our macho tom turkey seems satisfied and runs over to the hen. Now, I'm not sure how to explain what happens next. Hey, that looks like a hen decoy to me, but this gobbler apparently doesn't care for the way she looks. Then he gives her one last shot for good measure. Our situation number 4 is one where a decoy is attended by a small gobbler that is apparently courting the fake hen. But this gobbler is obviously not a dominant bird in the area. How do I know that? Well, the camera pans over to reveal a pair of big, tough toms that are traveling together. They come running in because they evidently don't like the idea that this subdominant tom is wooing one of their hens. Well, that is intimidation in the turkey world. Warning gobbles followed by a physical attack. That purring and clucking you hear is the hunter in the blind making some reassuring calls to hold those gobblers there. In reaction number 5, we see what happens when a gobbler is so convinced by a decoy that he actually attempts to mate with it. Now, the cameraman had to laugh at this, and he even coughed quite loudly. Now, listen and watch. Well, the coughing got the attention of the busy gobbler, but another excited one comes running in from the background. It sees the tom decoy. Now, when that decoy turns, you can see the red head. That's what makes the real turkey think that the decoy is a tom. Well, it's pretty clear that wild gobblers in the spring react aggressively to what they think is a smaller tom. And when they think they have a hen decoy that's cooperative, these wild gobblers will jump on a foam decoy in a flash. I guess I should qualify that as a hot flash. But keep in mind, in this situation, there were 2 real gobblers and 3 decoys. One decoy had already been smashed down, but these gobblers were so enamored that they didn't seem to care. On they'd go with their lovemaking. Now, we edited this tape because one gobbler spent over 2 minutes on top of a fattened feather flex hen. Goes to show you that wild turkeys, in fact, a lot of wild animals, aren't nearly as smart as we think. Can't they tell the difference between a piece of flattened foam and a real turkey? I said there were 3 decoys in this setup. The third one was in the middle, and it had been flattened to the ground where we couldn't see it, but the first gobbler, at least according to the sequence on the videotape, moved from the decoy on the right to the flattened one in the middle and rekindled his affair. And you could see the foam body roll, and now look, he's done with both hens, so he takes a crack at the tom decoy. You've got to admit, this is humorous. A wild turkey who thinks he's just mated with 2 hens, and he'll soon be bragging about how he smacked the tar out of a smaller gobbler. I mean, really. Now, in our 6th situation, we can see the hunter sitting in the foreground. There's a gobbler out in front, pacing around the decoy. Now, the decoy we see here is a tom, and there's no big reaction that we find from the turkey, except that the decoys do keep the gobblers in front of the hunters. Now, we have no doubt about that, and calling is an extra attractor. But neither of these techniques, calls or decoys, keeps turkeys indefinitely. They just help you bring them in long enough to make a clean kill if the bird is one that you want to take. Now, this turkey saw something it didn't care for, and at this point, we didn't know what it was. No way to keep this turkey around. Now, this footage was taken in Texas, I believe, because a coyote came running down the clearing with an eye on the turkey decoys. Watch this. Well, the hunter missed the coyote. It ran off into the hinterlands. But check this out in slow motion. This must be how coyotes and predators attack their prey, on the run, trying to kill it as they fly by at full speed. The coyote actually snapped at the turkey decoy's neck. If the hunter didn't shoot, it might not have run off. According to Dave Berkeley, the originator of these foam featherflex decoys, so far this spring 2 turkey decoys have been grabbed by hawks and 1 by a golden eagle. Now, Dave will be doing free seminars on decoying this weekend at the museum, and I understand he has more new footage to show. Our last situation, number 7, is one that involves a pair of tom turkeys coming into a set of decoys. They fan, they display, they go through all the basic behavior that gobblers do when they encounter hens. Now, this is the kind of thing that thrills a turkey hunter, just to watch the birds put on their beautiful mating displays. And these birds really look good. Every feather in place. I mean, beautiful. When they start to walk away, the hunter calls, and he'll shoot one of these gobblers. Usually, the other bird disappears immediately, but not with a set of decoys staying put. And now the hunter takes his shot. A clean kill. The flopping turkey lays where it fell. Lots of turkeys in the background take off, but the other gobbler didn't. Well, this I've never seen. A gobbler that sticks around and keeps responding to the call. The only thing I can figure is that the set of decoys that stayed in front of the hunter, that's what kept the gobbler there. There's no doubt the featherflex foam decoys fool wild turkeys. Who would have guessed? Oh, this is one of my favorite types of dishes. This is Great Lakes Salmon Patties. Mary Kay Weinman concocted these for us, but there's something special on the side here. Not the peas. They're kind of run-of-the-mill. But on top, you can probably recognize these morel mushrooms. Oh, what a treat. But these salmon patties, which one should I cut into, Mary Kay?
There.
The one on the end? Let's see if we can find out what's inside by looking at it. I don't really see much. What is in here, Mary Kay? There is, I expected to see onions or...
No onion. It's got onion powder in it.
Is it mainly salmon?
It's mainly salmon. That's it. Salmon and saltines.
And the saltines, are they mainly on the outside, or is it...
No, they're crushed.
The same consistency
mixed in with it,
throughout?
right.
What kind of spices are in here?
Well, I guess you could say the secret ingredient is summer savory.
Savory?
Summer savory, yep.
It's not one that we see very
It's
often.
very good on fish, any kind of fish, but particularly we like it on the salmon. It's got garlic powder, salt, a couple of eggs, celery salt.
Is this a family favorite?
Oh boy, we got a lot of favorites.
I mean, this is the one that you send in.
The kids like this especially.
Do they eat it?
We even can warm it up.
So it's good next day?
You freeze it. If you have a couple, even just put it in the freezer in a Ziploc,
Oh, yeah?
and then you can just take it out and nuke it, in the microwave.
Oh, you
For
freeze it?
those lunches when, on Saturday when you don't really want to cook and they want to play and they want to grab something. It's done in a minute.
It may look bland, but believe me, for fish patties, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on that one. Let's go down here to this one. Nope, nothing there. How about this one? Nope. How about that one? Nothing. Jeez, typical fishing day.
Well, it might look like that now, but this is not going to be a typical fishing day. Far from it. Behind the camera is father-in-law Terry Ham. He and his son-in-law, Tim Ball, were fishing on New Year's Day, Croton Pond, Newego County. Underneath 4 inches of ice near shore is a 4-inch sucker minnow, but apparently a pike had grabbed it.
Oh boy, looks like maybe we got. You want me to get the thing out? Yeah.
When Tim Ball got to the tip-up, you could see he hadn't been standing on the ice. I mean, he wasn't dressed for it. They were watching the tip-ups from shore, from someplace warm. And Tim was kind of disappointed. It didn't look like there was any motion on that tip-up. I mean, he was kind of bummed out at this point.
Don't look like it's moving yet, though.
No, there ain't no line left on the spool.
Oh, great. That's a lot of line out.
I hope he didn't drop it.
There was. That's why it was kind of tipped.
Yeah.
We'll find out, dear.
Now Tim got to the bottom of the story. A sizable fish had pulled out all the line from that tip-up reel.
No, he's not on there.
You took all that line out and it's not on there.
Nothing on there, no.
Holy cripe.
Oh, maybe there is. Yeah, there's something on there now.
Oh, there it is.
Nice one, too.
We're going to need that scooper?
No. It
We'll find out, dear.
feels big. He feels real big. I haven't got to the match yet, so. Look out, T. Not in the line. Peel it back out. It's that 10-pound walleye. That's what it is. There's the match.
Well, we're getting there.
Whoa, big pike. Big pike.
Big pike?
Big pike. You got
TJ, come here. You gonna need, think you'll be able to get it through the hole?
Yeah. He's not that big, but he's, I'd say 30 inches or better.
It's kind of like Fred Trost would like to catch.
Whoa. Maybe he's 35.
That's why all that line was out.
I'm gonna have to go back to Johnny's. Whoa.
Is he off?
No. But we're looking at a 20-pound pike here.
A 20-pounder, eh?
Not. Excuse the French on tape, but. Ooh, I can't. I don't know if I can get him through the hole.
That's what I mean. Just don't let him play out till he's really.
He's talking maybe 40 now.
You want me get that?
You got a gaff?
Why don't I go in and check? Play. If he can't get it through the hole, I wouldn't mind.
He's big.
Let me see what we can get here.
Hold on. I think I can get him to the gill if I get his head in the hole again.
And that's what you got to do is get that head up there, but
Kind of sluggish. All right. Back him up. He ain't hooked too good either. Has he got a gaff?
he doesn't have a gaff, but you should see this pike. Take your time, Tim.
Look at that!
Look at that.
Look at
Look at that pike. Holy smokes. Now this is fishing.
Look at that puppy, huh? Woo!
Look at that. All right, Tim.
That
Here.
baby's nice.
That is a pike.
Woo! What do you think of that, T, huh? Is that a keeper?
Tim even had a word for me as he held this monster.
Fred Trost, eat your heart out. You oughta
I tell you, when me and Tim fish, we fish.
Well, thanks to Terry Ham and Tim Ball from Walker and their good home video, we could see how an 18-pound, 43-inch northern pike is caught through the ice. That was hardly a typical fishing day for these fellas. All of us here at the museum would like to thank Edie Eifler from East Leroy for this diorama, a Christmas diorama. I tell you, we're going to keep this up as a display all year. It's beautiful. You know, we're going to be unveiling a new format for the Practical Sportsman the first week in January, one that is really practical. You're going to learn how to make things, repair things, shop for things, save money, and have more fun. It starts in January, but next week we're going to look back at where we've gone in 1994, what we've done. Until then, you have a safe holiday. There's nothing more important than that. See you next week.